Hello, folks, and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma. As always, of course, I am Falcon, your host, and there's my people falling out of the sky on top of everything. Now, I am playing a Mystic Knight this time, because I wanted to give that a shot, and Mystic Knight is fucking awesome. I gotta tell you that right now. Mystic Knight is fucking awesome. I wish I had more skill points to expend on this stuff, because the things you can do with this are amazing. This right here is one of the most damaging things in the game. And then you use your other skills on it, and it just shoots out these missiles, just hordes of missiles. You can just normal attack it too, but that does less overall missiles than if you use Full Moon Slash in particular. It just does a stupid amount of damage. That's the Great Cannon. You can also enchant your weapons yourself, so I don't need the mages to do that anymore. So I can do... You can do all the enchantments, actually. I have equipped Fire, Holy, and Dark. Now, this is the early version of it. This is not the upgraded version of any of those things. Thus, the reason why I wish I had more skill points. Because I could do so much better with the other skill points. I might as well unequip this, because I don't have those equipped. You have a counter skill, which is what that was there. Holy Glare. No, it's not something I have. Not something I have available. I think I'm probably best off going back to this, because at least it will buff my one sword attack. Even though it's not a sword attack I use that much at this point, it's still probably the only thing that I still have that actually still helps me. So, as I had said last episode, we're going to go fight the final boss.
I fear there will be end this, Arisen.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, well, that's a lot of gems. Behold the gems. Whoa. Freaky. So I think I'm just supposed to jump into that now? If I don't wanna... Well, we just had to save, so I guess there's no point in fucking around. Let's do it! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! And off we go into the end game. I still have a fair number of quests available to me. It's going to cancel basically all the quests that I had.
Well met, Arisen. I'll not waste time on rhetoric. Defeat me, and take my place as keeper of this world. You saw it awaiting you at the end of your descent. Aye, the same world you've traveled to arrive at this place. A world you may well now inherit. It is a simple proposition, no different than any you've faced.
Yeah.
You need only the will to claim what is offered you. The will.
It's a trap.
To survive.
This was referenced when we were fighting Damon and whatnot.
What is it that impels you? What force spurs you on? What sustained your
Do I not have, Nope.
I ask you, what is it
My
that
bad.
makes you alive? 'Tis volition, unbending will. You are here because you willed it, Arisen. That alone has brought
Fuck.
you here.
I think this is... Oh. That was my, Is my companion about to show up?
Consider the infinite potential.
fuck is that? Ooh.
Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence.
I'm have to edit this
Divine
out.
creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns. Without volition, there is no true life. The world falls stagnant, dead as an ocean with no current to guide it. That volition is tempered by the struggle for survival. The decision, just like yours, to fight. Just as the pawns need a master's command, so the world thirsts for the will to live.
Let us continue, Arisen. Show that you are more than an empty vessel, animated by forces unseen. Show that the temper of your soul is strong enough to command far more than mere pawns. Show that your will is fit to bind the fraying circle of this world and hold it fast. Fight tooth and claw.
Did I get this thing out? I think I did.
Cling to life. Show that living holds worth enough to fight for.
Alright, dude. Was that it? I don't have to... I mean, there's something more to this. It has to be. There has to be something more to this, because there's no way I just killed you in one hit. This is bloody stupid if I did. Oh, so it's you, yeah.
It is time to decide. Will you claim your right as Arisen? Or shrug the burden and seek peace in oblivion? Just so. One foot after the next, come what may. That is what it means to live. Turn back now, and I will grant you a merciful death.
Lies.
The choice is yours, Arisen. Yours alone.
You won't grant me death. Because the truth is, if you fail to beat the guy, either because you choose not to fight him, or you die, you get turned into the dragon. You become the new dragon.
Why not put an end to it? Praises.
Get out of my way.
That's a mite harsh, aye? Ever the noble one, you.
There is naught to be gained from my words now. Indeed,
You're not without a hope. Why? What is it drives you so?
What is it that drives me so?
why is this hesitation, sir?
Ponage.
This
I will pwn you all. Stand aside, you cannon fodder, you.
I was always so afraid. All I asked was
Bitch.
be at the side of those I loved. All I ever asked.
I will have your soul, you fool. I will find you, and I will obliterate you. Quit with your games.
You are close now. So very close to me.
Come, Arisen. I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own companions of old. You stand now at its end, Arisen. See your journey through.
Alright, Bree, let's hold these fools. I just ran over his companion like there wasn't even there.
The forge of my heart grows cold. World shivers for it. Know this.
Ow!
The world is merciless, cold and empty for all its beauty.
No! Hold the advantage! While he prepares his massive attack, we must act to stop him.
Jeez. Grab him!
My life is yours, Master.
Prepare for oblivion! That's how you have to beat him, by the way. Your pawn has to grab the guy while he's doing that spell or whatever the hell it is so that you can kill him.
Arisen, forgive me. All I've done was to test your will. It is the fate of all Arisen. You and I swept up in the current, same as the rest. Each tempers the volition of the next, and the endless cycle continues. And so, until the coming of a new soul fit to craft the will to live, someone like you. Until that day, may you guide the world ever justly.
The fuck?
I present you with the Godsbane blade. Those who arise to oversee
got
this
one of
world
those.
are undying, save by this brand's kiss. I ask that you, as the world's new Seneschal, use it now to vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant.
This place is familiar.
New crown sovereign and keeper of eternity. The fire of my life is spent in guttering. If there is aught you wish to know afore my death, you need but ask. My knowledge, as my all, is yours to take. What would you hear?
Interesting. So,
The Seneschal
what the hell is the
steward to
Seneschal?
world. Just as the
That was
Arisen
good
calls
care.
pollen into being and sets them to motion, the Seneschal, there are those who would call such a being maker. I cannot deny the claim any more than affirm it. In the end, they are but words. Call it what you will. Such is the office I have served, just as those before me and you beyond unto eternity.
Rifts are but gateways linking distant places, slivers of a world far more vast.
New crown sovereign. If there is aught you wish, my knowledge as my
alright.
own
So,
is yours. As you wish, enter and act in you until pray. Mourn me not, for I welcome the release. At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
oh, you're so dead. You're so dead. Alright, so if we so choose, we can go back. We can go back to the city. I believe you can only go to the city, though. And you can't really do a whole lot when you're there. There's really no point. See, we're like invisible. I don't think we can interact with anybody. No. Well, apparently we could kill people if we were so inclined. So that's a thing. Can't access my inventory though. I said you can't really do anything here, so I really don't know why you would bother. I think if I go out, it's going to either send me back. Yeah, okay, just send me back. My proper sword equipped, right? Yeah, okay. Alright. So, there's one way out of this. And that's use God's Bane on yourself. Let's do it! Oh, sorry, Marie. It's gotta be done. And that actually completed the quest. And we have actually broken the cycle now. Because we were supposed to wait for another Arisen eventually to show up and take our place. But we haven't done that. Because we killed ourselves. Interesting. So we actually fell through the Everfall. Yes, we are actually our pawn now.
Thank you. I'd given up hope of seeing you again, in any form. It's clear that forces beyond my ken are at work here. But I'll ask no questions. Not today.
Still not pride. Oh, damn, that went by fast as shit. No time to read that. Alright, well. Such is the end of Dragon's Dogma. As I said, I'm going to do a single episode of the New Game Plus just to look around and see, get some sort of an idea of what's changed. You know, are there like new enemies, or is it just enemies are tougher? Or what exactly is the whole deal with it? Apparently I gained a couple levels. Yeah, so she ended as a Strider, but most of her time was spent as a fighter. So she's much better as a fighter, but Just like most of my time was spent as an assassin. Or strider. Really spent very little time don't know who that was. Was that one of the random people that I had summoned at some point? I don't know. I'm not sure who that was. Yeah, okay, so this must be all the people that I summoned. That spent a significant amount of time with me, at least. Interesting. I kind of like how they do that. They give you a little bit of a... you get to see all of the old pawns and everybody that you had with you at some stage. So far, we've seen nothing but older ones that we had like a long time ago. We haven't seen any of the newer... any newer, more recent ones. I had Alima with me at some point, and then I temporarily was going to have her come with me there at the end, but then I realized... I guess that must be, like, the ones that spent the most time with you or something. Because that sure as hell wasn't all of them. And that it wasn't even the majority of the more recent ones. So I'm guessing that must be the ones that you spent the most time with. So, what do I think? It was a good game. I enjoyed it. Some of the bosses were just ridiculously cheap. Particularly that, Death, who I don't think you got... Well, you saw briefly. No, actually, I don't know if you guys ever saw Death. You might have saw him very briefly. In, like, my first episode in the, Bitter Black Isle. But Death and the Cleric and the Dragon are both just really fucking cheap. Now, some of that might have been the class I was playing. For example, that one fight, what was it, 2 episodes ago or something? Where I was fighting the Lick and the, like, 2 chimeras and, like, just the infinite spawning fucking wolves and stuff. I fought that battle again just before doing this, when I was trying to farm up enough of the stones again, to be the wake stones, to be able to have the 20 we needed to continue. I fought that battle again, and I just completely, like, destroyed it. Playing as the, Mystic Knight there. And I think it was just partially because my damage overall was just better. But just like the amount of overall capability I was able to bring to the fight was considerably better, and I just completely wrecked the thing. Whereas before, it was, you know, ridiculously frustrating. And it was really pissing me off. I just completely destroyed it. So, I suppose it's certainly possible, highly likely even, that if the that one boss that I had so much trouble with, the priest guy, I would just wipe the floor with him with some better equipment and maybe a different class or something than what I had when I was fighting him. Entirely possible, even likely. But even so, some of the bosses are really fucking cheap. That one in particular, but Death, like I said, who you guys might have seen very briefly, but I never tried to fight him. Can be really easy to kill, but he's also potentially really cheap, too. Yeah. Alright, so I will go ahead and I will go through the whole start a new game thing, and we will pick up somewhere after like the whole initial stuff. Where you will be able to see... We'll get to see what the New Game Plus stuff is. So I will see you folks then. Take it easy. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, of course, and I will see you in the next episode.